What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Office Pool. This is season 2.
Let's go.
Season 2 of T. Davis. Got my man Alex Lockhart. We are here at this beautiful vibe of a place.
Yes, indeed. 223 South Elm Street, Prime.
We're at Prime, downtown Greensboro. You have to be here, okay? We've got live music. We've got a cook. I'm sorry, a chef. I'm sorry. I hope he didn't hear us. We have a chef.
Thank you.
That is like
put some
respect
on the chef.
On the title here.
Thank you. Join us at Prime.
Yeah, come join us at Prime, man. When you guys get a chance, you want to go out. It's right here downtown Greensboro, right on Elm Street, where all the nice little places are. This is the vibe. Man, what is it?
The vibe.
This is I'm gonna say it. This is a food vibe. I stole it from. This is a food vibe. But welcome back, everybody, man. I got my man Alex, and we're gonna be getting some. Yeah, we're on location here, and we also with Jakib Media now. We're on with Jakib Media, so wherever you can get your Jakib Media podcast, you will see The Office Pool. You can also see us on our YouTube channel.
That's correct.
At The Office Pool. It's all together.
That's right. One word, The Office Pool. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Tell a
friend to tell a friend. Tomahawk steaks on me.
Tomahawk steaks on you? Word?
Never.
Okay, so when they get no doubt.
Never.
So Alex, we're going to get into our picks, and then we have our FanDuel and Draft Kings picks for this week. And we also have a special guest.
That's right.
That will be live with us on the show.
Today. That's a fact.
That will be talking about one of my favorite players in recent NFL history. Actually, one of my new favorite players.
Yeah, definitely one of my. It's definitely just moved up on my top 5.
Yeah,
easily.
We're talking about Martavis Bryant.
That part.
The Alien, and we call him the Alien. That's his nickname because never will you see too many places where you have a guy that's 6'4", almost 6'5", and runs consistent 4 threes.
6 a.m.
At 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
At 6 a.m. It's fresh off the bed.
Right. Out the bed.
He's phenomenal. He's a great person. But we will have his agent,
that's right,
Maine Prince, who I had to,
you passed the baton.
I had to pass the baton to Maine since I'm no longer an agent.
Yeah,
and
that's business.
Hey, it worked out. It worked out perfect. So we'll be talking about that, and also, Locke, you've got some things that you want to share with the people out here.
I'm excited about what the Panthers did in the offseason.
What?
We might win more than 2 games. Can I get a hand clap for that?
Well, let's get a hand clap. Let's
we might win more than 2 games.
So let's talk about our teams, our prospective teams. Of course, my beloved Cowboys.
Yeah, you see, I came up repping my team.
Tell me one of the major things that you liked about your offseason transactions.
Let's talk about our coach. We got a new coach.
Let's talk about
our coach is bringing in energy. He's bringing in the energy that nothing against the coaches in the past, but this energy on the field in practice. You and I, we went to we
went to training camp.
Yeah, right? We saw the energy. It's one thing for a coach or any leader, right, to just point and delegate. But it's another thing for the leader to get out on the field, participate, and be in the mix with the players. I think that's going to transcend to real accountability on the field, and I think that's what the Panthers need to really get some fire on them. I took a look at the Cowboys. I see what you guys are doing. Right? I'm enthusiastic about this year of the Carolina Panthers. I think we really, really, really failed to pick up Martavis Bryant.
Oh, man. If you guys would have picked up Martavis Bryant, I think I would be wearing a Martavis Bryant 88 jersey with the Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
But that's just when they played. That's just when they played.
Bottom line
it's just when they played, y'all. So we ain't got to worry about that.
We dropped the ball on a receiver that went over to go. He went to the Commanders. We'll talk to that later, especially when his agent calls in and joins us on the show.
That's right.
But all in all, I feel very optimistic about this year. with the Carolina Panthers, and we open up week 1 with a division rivalry. The New Orleans Saints.
The Saints in New Orleans.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna go and see how that plays out, and then of course, just to kind of foreshadow, right? We're gonna also be there for the Super Bowl.
That's correct. That's correct.
Pool, so you guys,
a foreshadow.
Hello. We'll be going.
Is that a wall break? Is that a wall break inside of a wall break? Not exactly a wall break. Okay.
Because I'm letting the people know that if they stay tuned for this entire season, they're in for a
great
ride.
Got you.
This is how we're kicking off very strong. Season 2, episode 1. We already talking about Super Bowl in New Orleans with the office pool.
Oh my gosh! Last Super Bowl was ridiculous with the office pool.
Exactly. It only gets better.
I see you got some notes in your hand.
Man, these are fake notes. So
tell me what you got, man.
Seriously, so what I have, these are literally. I just hold this in my hand. I'm just gonna talk my talk.
Okay. So that's just to keep you on track.
That's to keep me balanced.
Okay, got you.
I'm gonna be taking notes. When you put your picks out there, I'll put my picks out there.
Okay,
all right. Doing, he's trying to peek at who I picked.
I'm not cheating, y'all. I promise you, I'm not cheating.
That's what he's doing. He want to see my notes.
So your bet, Dave Canales gave. I love the energy that he gave during training camp. We went to watch the Panthers during training camp.
Right.
We got a little footage of that, and let me tell you about my boys.
I mean, I can't wait to hear it.
The one transaction that I'm super excited about is that we got Ezekiel Elliott back. And I hear people going, well, he's old now and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. He was rarely used last year with the Patriots.
That's true.
Okay, so he's still fresh.
Right.
He still got him. And he's also come into camp in shape.
He did.
Just like he did that second year.
He did.
When he came in and he was lean and he ran all over the NFC.
WWE.
Yes. That transaction I'm super excited about. And one of the other transactions I'm super excited about is they signed my guy. They got my guy paid, CeeDee Lamb.
They did.
And I'm excited to see that. So now we're waiting on Dak's situation.
Right.
But yeah, that one transaction that livened things up,
right.
Around the Dallas locker room.
Win losses. What say you this year? Are you 8-8 again? Are you tiptoeing at the door?
Well, we haven't been 8-8 in the last 3 years, so
I'm just saying.
We've been 12-4.
Every Cowboy, I give y'all 8-8, and they be like, oh no, we gonna exceed that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, we've had 12-4 for 3 straight years. So
yeah.
I say we exceed that 12-4 limit, and we get two playoffs. We get two playoffs. We get 2 playoff wins this year.
Second round of the playoffs.
We get 2 playoff wins this year.
I mean,
I said it.
I mean, here's the thing.
I said it.
You're aiming at 2 playoff games. I'm aiming at more than 2 wins. So again, I digress. It's not. I mean, hello. It's only so much I can really. They're gonna eat me alive in the chat. So I mean, Bottom line is, hats off to the Cowboys and the moves you guys made in the offseason. Carolina Panthers, we're gonna cheer. We're gonna give you a heart. And our boy, the big homie, gonna be pulling for the Ravens.
Of course. We got to give our shouts out to the big homie, big homie Stretch and his beloved Baltimore Ravens.
Who also knocked on the door and just couldn't get in.
Yeah, they missed it by that much.
What? Just a smidgen. So it's a game of inches, though.
So coming back, man, from this season. Go ahead, man. Quit playing. So coming back here. We are in season 2. Mm-hmm. We're actually improving our viewership, and now we will have an opportunity to,
that's right,
increase our listenership.
That's
our
right.
listenership is going to increase by
3 million, I think.
Oh wow! I'm excited because we have Jakib Media.
Yeah, correct. The call with Jakib Media was phenomenal. Just the opportunity of doing 1 season with you, and I thank you for the opportunity to join you as a co-host and now, as a guest.
Yes.
And now
Now co-host.
And now a platform like Jakib Media to say, hey guys, we like what you're doing. We see what you're doing. We have room on our platform for you if you guys want to partner up, and I think that is big, and we're going to not let the people down. We're going to give the people what they want.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I can't wait. So coming back after this break, we will be speaking to Maine Prince.
That's right. The agent that made the magic happened for our boy Martavis Bryant.
That's right.
Yeah,
Coming right back. We'll be right back right after this. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Office Pool. Got my man Alex Lockhart back in the building, man. And Alex,
hey, welcome back.
Welcome.
Season 2.
We have a special guest for you today. Maine Prince, who's a NFLPA certified agent with a plethora, like a whole bunch, like if I had my notebook right here, he could list like all of his clients all the way up and down this thing. So we have Maine Prince, and the reason why he's on the show is because we're going to have another special guest, hopefully, Martavis Bryant, who has kind of shook up the scene here during preseason the last 2 weeks. Maine, welcome, man. Welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today, man?
Hey, I'm doing great, TD, man. Appreciate the opportunity to be on your show here at the Office Pool. Thank you very much. We're definitely looking forward to putting out some good information, some good insight into the world behind the scenes of how we got my guy Martavis Bryant back in the scene in the NFL.
Awesome, man. What I want to know is, tell me a little bit about your craft, your sports management firm, and some of the people that you have represented over the years.
So, past, future, and present guys that I've worked with are guys that are go-getters. I'll just put it that way. Guys that are go-getters, guys that have a significant drive. And again, we're a full-service sports agency, so we do a plethora of things, not just on the sports representation side. We also do public relations. We do client development. We do crisis management that we hope we never have to use, and we have we kill things, nip things in the bud before those things happen sometimes. But for the most part, again, working with NFL alumni as well. Some of our bigger guys that are, I won't say flamboyant, but character, good positive character and high energy guys like Hollis Thomas. Thomas, they came out of Northern Illinois, went undrafted in the NFL, and had a significant time in the league from starting out with the Philadelphia Eagles, then to the Carolina Panthers, and then of course to the New Orleans Saints. Hollis is, and of course, as well as being on WIP radio in Philadelphia, guy that is again, he's a high energy guy as well. And one of my good friends from being at Penn State University back in the 90s, 90 to 95, Kijana Carter, doing a lot of celebrity events and whatnot, whether it be golf outings. That's what we try to get these guys to doing. The contracts in football, those are great, but where they really like to do things is really out in the community, out and about, really promoting the game, being a role model to some of the youth, as well as getting into business, because Kijana now owns a couple different companies besides a company called BioGlobe as well. So we try to do a plethora of things for guys, not just in one aspect, because their generational wealth is hopefully to last them well past their time of playing football on the field. And we definitely want to get them to a point when the crowd stops cheering, that they are still progressing in life and moving. But again, on my end as an agent, and again, wealth advisor and everything for guys, the biggest thing you want to make sure they do is have some money later on. It's unfortunate. It's highly unfortunate that guys, back in the day, it used to be like 21 to like 23 that you came up with millions. But now, because of the pandemic, some of these rookies have been playing for 5, 6, 7 years, unlike my man Cam McCormick for the University of Miami that got granted in March his 9th year of college football, but that's a whole other story. But a lot of these guys, when they come in the league, man, they don't know what to do with the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things we try to help these guys and protect them to make sure, like I said, we want to help them have generational wealth and make sure they have their own financial security. So that's what we do with our guys. You know, it's just all about, you know, having compassion and empathy with them and their situations, where they come from.
Awesome. And for the people at home, you'll get a chance to see the crew is what I call it, that we were at the game with for Martavis' first preseason game, his second preseason game with the Commanders. So while we're talking about that, Alex, I know you never got the whole backstory of how my man Maine got to the picture with the family. Of course, you know, Maine, we talked about Coach Henry Racich, our guy. We both played for him, so he kind of connected us. And I told Martavis, I said, "Look, man," I said, "I'm not an agent anymore." Right. I you know, we were talking about, you know, him being a part of 83 Sports and launching the Alien Mode brand, and I told him, I said, you know, because I knew that he had got released from the Cowboys. Jerry, come on, man, you got to help us out, because I was ecstatic when that signing came last year around November. But Martavis was released after minicamp. Yes, after minicamp this year, and I told him, I said, man, I can make some phone calls and we can see if we can get you to Carolina. That didn't work, you know. You tried. We tried super hard. Yes, we did. They were like, no thanks. So we basically we were at a crossroads, because we were doing all the right things. You know, we had Martavis, you know, running 240 times, posting 240 times twice a week. And I would send them to all of my contacts, you know, around the league, you know, and he was posting some really, really fast times. Phenomenal time. But I had got to a point where, you know, I had to actually come to reality, and this is the thing that I'm glad that Coach Henry had bought me and Maine together. You know, I told Martavis, I said, hey man, I'm not an agent anymore, and I know you don't want to have an agent anymore because of the what you felt from your last agent. But let's talk to Maine. Let's talk to Maine. Let's talk to Maine. And if you don't like what you hear, then we'll keep trying. We'll try another avenue. But let's talk to Maine. Let's listen to Maine. And we got on that phone, and me, Coach Henry, Maine, and Martavis, we was on the phone. We was on that Zoom call for about an hour and 45 minutes, almost 2 hours that night. And then that's when it started, man. So that was how Maine, you know, came to the family, because I was letting, you know, Mama Bryant, Miss Roberta, Tay's mom, know that, hey, I'm still going to be taking care of you, man. I treated. Well, I still do. I still treat Martavis as if he's one of my boys. Right, you know, yes, I'm telling my age now, because Tay's what, 32. But anyway, man, Maine, I can't thank you enough. And I know you have some stats that you want the people to know, based on the baseline comparisons of Martavis and these teams. Starting off with the Commanders, he had a great 2 weeks of preseason, and he was the only receiver to score a touchdown. The only, yeah, that's correct.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, that's the biggest. That's the biggest. Really, shoulda, coulda, woulda been an eye opener for Commanders front office, their personnel and scouting department. You would think. And again, just like I told them, it is what it is, how they want to move forward. But, I said, look, the numbers don't lie. And I get where you might think.
Tell us about the numbers. Tell us about those numbers, man.
Well, you may think that being 32 years old is old. I don't know why we call it YO, but why we should call it 32 years young, for real.
Exactly.
Because
I'm still 32.
Even the guys that they had on the roster, they literally, one of the first things a Washington reporter said to me in a conversation, and again another interview later on, the first thing they said to me when they first heard about the possibilities of Tay coming in for the actual tryout was, "But why are they bringing him in? All 13 guys are not injured. Like, no one's injured." Like, hey, I don't know about nothing. I just know that my guy is definitely ready, and he compares to what those other guys, and he would not be a decline because out of the 13 guys, even their number one guy with Terry McLaurin from Ohio State, I mean, again, this is agent talk. I mean, he was making $24 million against the salary cap, right? So even at $24 million against the salary cap, he only had 5,300 yards in total receiving yards. And again, that's talking about 6 years in the league, 6 years straight. Okay, mind you, 6 years straight in the league. And then the next guy to him was a guy named Jamison Crowder. You know, he was a little guy. I mean, Terry was 6 foot, Jamison's 5'9", and he had, 4,800 yards. 4,800 yards receiving, 4,827 to be exact, but only, again, 11.2 yards per reception. Mm-hmm. But that's 10 years in the league, okay? So 10 straight years in the league, he came up with 4,800 yards. Now, where Tay ranked with the receiving core is third amongst the 12 that they already had, because he has a total of 2,500 yards receiving. And that's regular season and the 322 and the postseason. And that's really just his receiving touchdowns at 20, because he has one rushing touchdown in 2014. Yeah. So he really has 21 touchdowns. So if we went by points, he literally has 21 touchdowns. Like, those are factual things. Now, what's below him, again, guys they kept. Olamide Zaccheaus, again, the guy that's 5'8", 193 pounds. Again, he was 27. Jamison was 31. Tay was a little bit older, but again, Tay ran a 4.38. Okay, we're talking about a guy that
was his first day with the Commanders.
Still, they was like, hey, we want to bring him in. I'm like, okay, y'all want to have him in there like what, 9, 10 o'clock? We don't have 10 o'clock in the morning, so we'll get there and have. He's like, nah, we want him there at 5:30 because we want to work him out at 6:30. Okay, sure. We'll run a 40 at 6:30 in the morning. And of course, he did his whole workout and everything. And again, it was a blessing for to even have the opportunity, thanks to Doug Williams and some other guys. And when he ran that 4.38. Then the next thing, Rob Rogers like, hey, man, I got some good news for you, and I got some good news. Which one you want? I'm like, well, man, give me the good news. He's like, okay, here's the good news. We want to sign your guy. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Okay, well, I'm thinking, okay, well, if that's the good news, what's the other good news? He said, well, if you negotiate this in the next hour, we'll have him at practice here at 9 o'clock. I'm like, all right, man, let me get to it and let's look at it and see what it's like. You know what I'm saying? So everything was great. Again, the workout with the guys. But again, the biggest thing was, from Tay's takeaway, again, from being released, and those are great guys over the Commanders too. But man, from getting released, they're like, hey, listen, we would love to have you. I know that you only had 2 weeks, and these guys not only had 6 weeks of practice with the playbook, and another 6 OTAs, 4-day OTAs throughout the spring, and then the rookie mini camp, and then the veterans mini camp. But not one receiver could get up the field to score one touchdown.
One touchdown
in
three preseason
games. And I don't care if you say, hey, Terry only played, a couple series. Okay, well, what about the other 11 guys?
Well, man, if you think about it, Tay only played a couple of series because he didn't come into the game until almost the third quarter. So, when people make that comparison,
but his series was a wee bit different. And then after that first game for Tay, and even when they went to Miami, he left Miami to come to Washington to go back to Miami in 72 hours.
And almost scored there.
Yeah, and of course, he caused that fumble. But again, then somebody realized, I don't know, David Blackburn or something. He was like, hey, you know what? I think you're right. And they said, hey, we got to get rid of one of these guys. And somehow, Jahan Dotson, yeah, man, we've got to send you to Philly. Wait, what? So now we're thinking, okay, this is good news. They wiped their hands clean of their second receiver that was making $5 million that year against the salary cap, which they're still paying because they owe him that money, but that's a whole other story. But then, so we're thinking, okay, well, Tay's it's a sure shot. All he got to do out there is go out there and play and not get hurt. And then, we got, you already know, we had the game. I'm like, you heard me. I was like, man, that's going to be a slant. How you get run over by the quarterback and you about to get
number 42, the corner. Yeah, he had a bad fourth quarter. He got ran over. Yeah. Then he got 2 PIs called on him by Tay. Right. Then he got scored on. Let's show that film real quick to the audience. Yeah. If you got to excuse my loudness, but check out this quick slant where my man Tay tugged it to the house. Actually, he caught it in traffic. He said, you know what? I'm gonna catch this touchdown no matter what. So let's check out let's check this out.
Give it up.
Something bad about to happen to you, 42.
So that was an incredible score. Then you have Jaden Daniels. He was ecstatic to see Tay score, and you saw the chest bump in the corner. The fans went crazy.
What about the fans?
But one of the things I want to talk about was how well he was received in that locker room. Their number one receiver, Terry McCullough, came up to him and gave him dap the very first day and introduced himself, which was class act. It was class act. Scott Abraham tweeted about it on X, and that was a really big tweet that went out through all of the NFL social media and ESPN and all those formats. But Maine, tell us where you think Martavis is going to make his second arrival back to the NFL, and why should a team take that chance and make sure that, okay, we have a player he's not a distraction in the locker room. He's super humble. We played many clips, of his interviews. Very humble. And he'll tell you his thankfulness in any situation he is, his thankfulness to be here, his thankfulness to be alive, the blessing that he has to have people in his corner. So tell me what you think. Where do you think Martavis will be here coming up after week 2, or matter of fact, after week 1? Do you think Washington will say, hey, I think we want to revise that
Carolina,
that contract, or Carolina, what do you think, man?
That last game, the last game was, like you said, it was exciting. He was well received. The fans loved it for sure. Again, he was really contributed to 12 points that game because he sealed a block for the running back to score a touchdown. Well, if you remember. NFL, regular football, anytime you're in the goal line, you're on high alert, right? And so goal line defense and goal line offense, when you get those two together, it's really the will of who wants it more. And getting in the end zone, whether you're a running back or a receiver, it takes a lot, and being able to block that touchdown for the running back. And then Tay's quick slant is one of the, if anybody remembers, I forget what Super Bowl it was, maybe like 2018, when the boy from, I think it was West Alabama, that for actually the Patriots ran.
Yeah, they were about to lose. Yeah.
Cut that slant off. Yeah, and he cut that slant off and intercepted that ball at the end. So a quick slant is the most difficult, hardest route there is to run in the goal line because you know they're cutting off the inside. So you want to do everything to push a guy to the outside. And for Tay to run that route, get in the end zone, and be able to catch the ball in not just the regular traffic with two different defenders.
It was like linebackers in there.
Hands of the defensive line that was right there as well, and sticking their arms up. So, again, he definitely proved his worth then. Like you said, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, even Adam Peters, the general manager.
Yeah, I saw that after Adam Peterson gave him. Yeah.
So the next best team besides the Chiefs is the San Francisco 49ers, right? I mean, unfortunately, with the incident just happened to their rookie, Ricky Pearsall from Florida, that just got shot last week. That was unfortunate. Ironically enough, even before that, I'd already been talking to the San Francisco 49ers because he hurt his shoulder a couple weeks in the preseason. So it wasn't like, we were vultures standing over the carcass. We had already been talking about going to the 49ers. So that was a good thing. And again, with them signing Brandon Ayuk now, I think you have the graphic there for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, tell us about that comparison.
Look, of course, they got Deebo Samuels. Of course, now we know the recent contract with Brandon Ayuk. Both guys are 6 foot. Both guys have, been playing in the league 6 and 5 years. And then Christian Conley from Georgia, he's, I want to say he's only 6'3", but he's 6'3". He's 31 years old, been playing 10 years. But he has, a little over 3,000 yards receiving with 16 touchdowns. But again, now you have Martavis in there at 6'4", 208. Running a 4.38 and still with 2,500 yards, which would be the 4th most yards amongst their receiving core with a 15.1 average, which would be the highest of all their production in the NFL. And he's only had 5 years of play at that. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay. So that would be that comparison is just it's almost like the one with the Commanders. Now you mentioned you would also talk to Kansas City, which it would be crazy to have Martavis Bryant in Kansas City with somebody that can get the ball down the field
quickly,
like our guy.
Absolutely. If they only had a quarterback that could throw the rock.
Oh no, we don't. They don't have that question. So tell us about that comparison that you actually sent over to in that graphic that we're putting up here for our fans with Tay and all of the receivers on that.
Yeah, again, for sure. Again, one of the top things, and just like I tell teams between the general manager and also sometimes the CEO, but the director of player personnel, the national scout, the director of pro scouting, the one main factor that they notice from this chart is, again, not just where he's ranked. It's not Maine Prince putting it there. It's really a comparison of what his production is compared to everyone else, that when you bring him in, whatever team it is, he is not a decline in your receiving core production. That's the number one thing. He's not a decline in their production. Because if you look at their production, even from the Chiefs, their top guy now, as it is, would be with Juju Smith-Schuster with 5,300 yards receiving. And then from this weekend, I just found out that Hollywood Brown will not be playing this week, but he only has, almost 4,000 yards receiving. But again, it's a 12.0 average. Now, again, these guys have been playing, Juju's been playing 8 years, who also played with Tay when he was in Pittsburgh. And then Hollywood Brown was 6 years. But then McCole Hardman has 2,500 yards. Again, Tay is literally at 2,505 and 20 touchdowns, and compared to where McCole is at 19 touchdowns. But again, when it comes down to it, what's going to happen is the dollars and cents of things, where now it's not just the position and the opportunity, now it's going to be about the salary cap. So everybody has to be under the $255.4 million salary cap annually. And that includes the guys on the injury reserve, the injury settlements that they got from the preseason camp, guys that they released after the June 1st designation. So those things have to also factor into play when you're bringing the guy in. So it's not just, hey, we need a receiver. Let's just throw somebody in. Man, can we afford it?
Yeah.
And if we can't afford it, we got to let go of 2 of these guys so that we can take care of them.
I can tell you one thing that I definitely noticed with Martavis. The teams are looking for that guy that can fit in that 1.3 to 1.7 million dollar salary to fit in there, within their salary cap range. But whoever Martavis goes to will have to deal with a Maine Prince come December of the following year.
Oh no! December
of the same year. I'm sorry, December of the same
year. The same year. It's 100 days until Christmas. They'll be getting a call from me on 101. So it's on the 20. I'm gonna give them 24 hours because I know Hayes gonna get 1,000 yards. I guarantee. He's gonna get 1,000 yards by the end of the season. He gets somebody in week 2, even week 3, because all he really would need is like 1 catch for his average each quarter, and he'll get the 60 to 80 yards a game to have 1,000 yards by the end of the season. Easy work, slight work.
Yeah, that's perfect. Maine, thank you so much for coming to join us, man. And we look forward to having Tay on the show with us and let him talk. And hey, Alex, we had another one here on the show. My man Maine Prince. Of the Prince Management Group, and thank you for coming to join us, man. I can't say thank you enough, and thank you for being there for Martavis. But yeah, man, I greatly appreciate you for taking the opportunity to speaking with us, and we'll be talking to you soon, man. Thank you.
Round of applause, sir.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause, man, for Maine Prince.
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you so much, TD.
Thank you.
Always cool, baby.
Hey, coming after this break, Alex and I are going to talk who our picks are for the Sunday games, and we add a little twist to our office pool. So we'll be right back after this message.
Right back with the picks of the week.
Thank you to be here, and I'm super excited.
What's your process for just trying to get up to speed and learn the system and everything?
Just talking to the coaches, talking to my teammates, getting familiar with everything. It's my first day, so I got a lot of work to do. So, just soaking it all in and taking it day by day.
What was the conversation like with Dan Quinn and Peters when they brought you in for the tryout and then ultimately signed you?
Not too much, just to come out and work hard and give it my all, and let everything fall into place, and I'm thankful.
You feel like you made a little bit of impression on him last year, playing against him, some practice squad stuff?
I mean, being on the practice squad in Dallas last year was definitely, good because he got to see me every day, Unfortunately, I didn't get to play, but he got to see me in practice. It was good.
And what is it you think you can bring kind of to this offense and back to the NFL?
Whatever they need me to do, man. Just trying to get back and get better. Learn every day. Learn from my coaches, learn from my teammates, and see Scott's line.
What was it like being out there today?
Felt great to be back out here. It's a blessing. It's an honor.
What is that feeling like? You've been away a little bit from the NFL and being back at a practice, a training camp. Mixing up with Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels, and kind of dive into that a little bit.
A lot of competition, everybody out here working hard. First training camp in a while, like you said, so it's an honor to be back out here. I was in Dallas last year for like 8 games, so I'll be back in for like over a year now. So just taking it day by day, man, get my feet back on it.
Does it make you appreciate things differently?
You appreciate it regardless, man. The NFL is a blessing to be here, it's an honor. So each opportunity you're given is a blessing.
When you get that phone call from the agent or the team, what's the reaction?
It's an exciting reaction, but at the same time, you still got more work to put in. You got to come here, you got to work, you got to look good. So, I've been working hard. Last season, I was 230, so I'm down to 208 now. So, I've been working hard.
And that Cliff Kingsbury offense, I know you're just seeing it for the first time, but what do you see?
Super exciting, man. Guys out there making plays, guys out there working hard and playing fast.
As you were about Jaden kind of before signing here, did you watch him last year in college?
Watched him last year in college, and I've been watching him throughout training camp and preseason game. He's a great guy. He's ready to seize the moment. Only have support him, whatever he can do with him.
Sorry if this is but obviously it's been a while since we're at this NFL level. How did you mentally kind of stay in this, knowing that it may not happen again?
gotta be strong-minded, to be honest with you. You know, I've been through a lot, so you know, I don't give up on myself. Never gave up. Always been a fighter, and I'm continuing to do that.
Did you always believe another chance would come like this?
I honestly didn't know. I just had to make sure I was prepared to seize the moment when I was I was going to get the opportunity again. I'm grateful and thankful.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
And we're back. We are back. The office pool is back.
That's right. That's right. Shout out to your boy Maine Prince. We appreciate you joining us live.
Thank you, Maine.
Office pool.
Thank you, brother,
That's
for joining us, man, and keeping us updated with the journey that you are now on with my fourth son, Martavis.
That's right.
And I say that because ever since Tay and I got together, man, I reach out to him, I check up on him because he's having a tough go at it, real. He's having a tough go at, but he always finds a way to bring light to a situation, and I love that about him. And I love when he'll call and he'll ask me a question about something, or if he needs anything, I told him he can reach out to me at any time.
That's right.
So we have that relationship. Whether it's a father son or a big brother little brother or a big unk, type situation. We have that relationship. So
absolutely.
Shout out to my guy MB88 who donned the 88 number.
He rocked it.
With Washington, man.
Couldn't wait.
It was beautiful. To see Martavis get out there, and people were on all of these podcasts talking about his life and what he did, to get suspended from the league and suspended indefinitely. Look, let me tell you this, people. Martavis Bryant has not played an NFL game since 2018.
Say it again. Hold on.
Came into the Washington Commanders locker room, was very well accepted.
Right.
Came to that locker room, played 2 preseason games, and was the only receiver to score in 3 preseason games out of I think it was 8 receivers.
8 receivers.
Actually it was 9.
Right.
And then they released they traded Jahan Dotson to the Philadelphia Eagles. So Martavis Bryant has a body of work. And if you don't know who Martavis Bryant is, go on YouTube and look at those highlights.
There you go. Yeah.
Look at the Martavis Bryant highlights when he played his rookie year.
Or rewind the show and look at the numbers that that my man Prince just put on the screen.
Yeah.
Those numbers will not lie.
Those numbers do not lie, ladies and gentlemen. So for Martavis to come out, man, and still at the age of 32, still run consistent 4.3s at 6'4", 208, 210 pounds. He came out for breakfast.
Right.
When he got to like Maine said, they worked him out at 6:30 that morning.
Signed him at 9 a.m.
And signed him at 9 a.m.
Like, come on, man. Yeah, Panthers dropped the ball.
So the Panthers dropped the ball on that. Well, the Cowboys also dropped the ball on that one because that could have been a good below salary cap addition to CeeDee Lamb and the company that he brings.
Because what's going to happen? I think he'll be picked up by the time week 2.
Yeah, week 2. I believe he'll be picked up by week 2.
By week 2.
And for the people that are talking about his suspensions, well, let me enlighten you.
Please do. They need to know.
Martavis Bryant was suspended for the amount of THC found in his system. The first time, it was from smoking marijuana, which, he was counseled on that. And he also has, he took a sativa-based blend THC, which he used to help him go to sleep and help him, with the pain mitigation, healing process.
Correct.
What he wasn't told was that it would show positive on a test.
Yep.
So back then, I believe the NFL their testing threshold was around 30 nanograms.
Yep, percent.
30 nanograms. And that would give you a positive test. So this sativa-based blend, THC blend that he was taking, was basically making him test positive at 35 to 50 nanograms.
Right.
So he got suspended. He got indefinitely suspended. And then the NFL said, hey, 4 years later, we are going to lessen our testing protocols and the threshold to now, 150 nanograms.
Yep.
So you can basically smoke a joint every day
as you're walking in to take your test,
and still won't test higher than 150 nanograms.
Yeah, you won't fail.
So that's one of the things. If they can decriminalize marijuana in society, in which they have done also in the league, to where it's no longer punishable by suspension. It's just a fine now if you do test higher than 150 nanograms. Then they need to make way for guys like Martavis and other players that were suspended.
Shout out to the homie Ricky Williams.
Shout out to my guy Ricky Williams, because we learned a lot about cannabis.
And
Ricky
Williams.
And we learned a lot about his story during the Super Bowl.
And now when
you talk to him. So now look at it. We're talking about not some guy that beat up his spouse,
right? Or
has some sort of big domestic violence case,
right? Or doing lines.
Or somebody that's doing lines of cocaine
or meth,
or taking these opioid painkillers that a lot of the other guys do.
None of that.
We're talking about marijuana now.
Talking about Heisman. That's it.
Talking about get out of here, man. We're talking about marijuana now.
Right. Yeah.
And now that Martavis, he's had 4 years of his NFL career taken away. So I believe that the NFL should reward him now that he's already gone through everything and he's gotten rid of all those people in his life that were bad influences on his life, and he's gotten with a new group of people that are with him and that care about him. I believe now they should give him the opportunity. Let these teams give them the opportunity and stop crucifying him about his age. He's 32 years old, but how many people do you know that are still running 4 threes?
4 threes at 32. I mean, Tom Brady just really stayed in the league till 40.
Yeah.
All right. So just
45.
45. My point is, I'm just trying to. I knew you would say 45. I say 40. The bottom line is that the age is so irrelevant these days in athleticism. If you do what you have to do to stay healthy and in good shape, and he has proven in his short run with the Commanders and all of his 40s that he's running and submitting week after week.
Yeah.
He's a machine. He is the alien that we spoke of.
He is the alien. So with that being said, when we, if you still don't know who Martavis Bryant is, go to YouTube, look at his highlights. He's still doing it. Okay. And again, shouts out to the Washington Commanders locker room. Daniels was the first guy that reached out to him, and then we saw the post on Twitter, where Terry McCall, he went and welcomed him. He embraced him. So he's not some problem guy that's going to be in the locker room. He's humble. He's a yes sir, no sir type person, and he's about his business.
Yeah.
One of the things that Maine told me was that his first practice with Washington, he stayed an extra hour and 30 minutes after practice.
Nice.
That tells you something about his dedication.
That's right.
Mamba
mentality.
Yeah, get this guy on the squad. But let me get off my soapbox.
Somebody sign him.
Yeah, somebody sign this. Somebody will be signing him.
I'm definitely putting him in my fantasy league as soon as he gets in.
Yes, and he will definitely be my number one receiver on my fantasy pick. So
every week.
Let's get into season 1.
Ooh.
Let's get into to week 1.
Week 1 of the season
of the NFL 2024 season.
Yep.
First game, 1:00, Carolina at Nowlands.
Yes, sirski. So the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. It's not a surprise when I give my pick and say Carolina Panthers take the W over New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
And do I need to give my score now,
bro,
or later, or how we doing?
So what we doing now? What we doing now different with the yeah, we'll get into that too.
Okay.
So what we're doing now with our picks is we are going to give our picks. Who's going to win that game?
Right.
Then we're going to give either the top quarterback, running back, or receiver, based on yards, and the defense and special teams.
Got it.
All right, so for instance, my pick I'm sorry, Lockhart.
I already know what it is.
My pick is New Orleans.
Nobody's picked Carolina.
I've got New Orleans to win that game, and I believe David Carr is he's gonna have over 200 yards passing, and I've got that New Orleans defense going at +10 fantasy points for this week. What do you got?
+10 on the fantasy.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I got to pick Bryce Young as the quarterback easily.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I got him exceeding. If I had to pick who's going to be the better quarterback in that battle, I'm going to say Bryce Young. I think this year is going to be so different than the last. I think he's going to have the green light to do more options. I think he's going to get the ball out a lot faster. And I think he's going to have more yards. As far as defense goes, man, that's going to be tough. We know New Orleans really well. New Orleans knows the Carolina Panthers very, very well. It is a division rivalry. I think it is going to come down to a defensive game. I'm really going with...
Who you got for defense, man? Come on now.
It's crazy to just pick the Panthers and then pick the New Orleans for defense.
Well, I got a couple of those picks too,
you know
so
I mean?
yeah, you ain't got to worry about it.
It is what it is, but like from a defensive standpoint, I think we're more prone on the word. If we're going to make some mistakes, it'll be game one. And I think, we'll still pull the win off, but I think if we're going to make mistakes, it'll be game one, which will put New Orleans defense above Carolina Panthers defense. And that's
okay. So you've got New Orleans defense.
Yeah, if we put money on it, I got to lean that way.
Yeah.
So,
and that's for all the fantasy people out there.
Yeah.
Game number 2. We've got Minnesota at New York at the Giants.
Yeah.
Big game.
Yeah, very big game.
Big first game because there's a lot of firsts. There's a lot of new parts moving on both teams.
Yeah.
So I can tell you, I'm going to take Minnesota.
Over the Giants.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Minnesota. In New York. I'm gonna take Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. My man 1-8.
Wow.
Jefferson is gonna have more than 100 yards receiving.
Wow.
Yeah.
New Orleans. He went Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna take the Minnesota Vikings defense on that one too.
Well, so here's the thing. I do like Minnesota. I don't even know what the Giants defense looks like this year because, again, when you look at the Giants of last year and you look at what people did in the offseason, right, everybody's going for speed. And, it's a new scheme when it comes to defensive ends and linebackers. And I don't think New York did what they had to do to make that happen. Now, shout out to my man, Sean Stellato. His QB should be starting this year. And if so, that's what puts me over the top. I like that enthusiasm. I like the fact that it's in New York. I like the whole vibe of New York. I think that the Giants are going to come out with a very energetic spirit. So I'm going New York for the win, and then I'm going Minnesota for the defense.
Okay.
Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah. New York for the win, Minnesota for the defense. As far as the QBs, I mean, you got to go with Minnesota QB. I mean,
you going with a QB?
I mean, if
Okay.
I had to, I can only pick one? Or can I
No, you can pick a quarterback, receiver. Yeah, a running back or a receiver.
Yeah. No, Minnesota quarterback is my guy.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson. I'm gonna go with Agent 1-8.
Agent, baby.
So, game number 3.
Yep.
We are looking at Cincinnati.
Yep. Cincinnati and the Patriots.
Oh wow.
Yep. And the thing is, the Patriots to me are trash now. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about
trash.
Their rebranding. It's going to take some time for the Patriots to get back to their dynasty days.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
Yeah, me too. I'm taking Cincinnati on.
And Joe Burrow is going to come out slinging that thing. That's going to be my quarterback.
That part.
I got him at plus 200 yards.
Easily.
And then I saw some things when New Orleans, even though this was their second team D and some of their third team guys, they had a lot of exuberance, if you will.
The Bengals.
No, I'm talking about the Patriots. When they played the Commanders
in
preseason. I saw some things.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna take the defense special teams for New England.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pulling all across the board.
I see them scoring a couple of points by Joe Burrow can be sacked. I see a couple of points coming via sacks.
Good point.
I see a couple of good field goals that will probably put them, if they can get maybe 3 field goals, that will give them 9 points.
I mean,
so I see New England's defense, special teams getting plus 10 on the points here.
That's not too far fetched. I just don't have a lot of hope for the Patriots. Like I know they can kick their way to some wins. That's a fact, because I know that's just a part of how they do things. So I know they can move the ball, time management, kick the ball, and kind of keep a game close.
Yeah.
I just got Cincinnati coming out with just that beast mode and energy from last year. I got them going deep into the season this year with the tons of wins. So I'm going Cincinnati across the board. QB, Cincinnati. Defense, Cincinnati. Let's go.
Okay, and you got Joe Burrow. Okay. All right, game number 4. We have the Steelers in ATL at the Falcons.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one, man. So when it comes to Steelers and the Falcons, I got the Falcons for the win. I got Pittsburgh. And that's weird how you can get the one team for the win, the other one for the defense. But you know what I mean?
It just depends. The situation.
Alex Highsmith is a beast. Yeah. And he has fired up his defense in a way that just makes him. That's where their points have come from. So, if I had to pick on the defensive side, I just don't see them going into Atlanta and coming out of that dome with a win just because Atlanta don't play that for real. And the way Atlanta, hopefully they'll build off of the end of last year. And I got a feeling that they'll put up way more points than the Steelers. But I think when it comes to what the defense looks like, me being oblivious to what the Falcons defense looks like, and I know some of the guys personally on the Steelers. Shout out to Alex Highsmith, my man. Got to keep working on that golf game. However, I think their defense is one to be reckoned with. Like, I really have faith in the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And this year, if they're to pull off some wins, I know it's going to be because of their defensive front. When it comes to 3 and outs, I got them running the table. When it comes to stops at the line and sacks, I got them running the table. I just know that the offense from the Falcons is so explosive that they'll get some over the top to make the score kind of uneven and put Atlanta Falcons for the win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
In Atlanta?
In Atlanta. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. Yeah, because I got my man Russell.
Man.
QB, I got Russell.
Wilson?
I got Russell. I got Russell in the building.
Russell is.
Man.
Russell is not the answer.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Russell's not the
Don't
answer.
do that to us. I know people that's going crazy right now.
But if Russell had Martavis Bryant, then I'd say, all right, bet. Russell ain't the answer.
Okay.
He ain't the answer.
Okay. Well, I still got Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
And I've got that. I've got the Steelers defense, which, Mike Tomlin, year after year after year, if he doesn't do anything else,
that's right,
he makes sure that their defense keeps them in the game.
Iron Curtain, I think that's what they call it.
Huh? The Iron Curtain.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the Steel Curtain.
Steel
Pittsburgh.
That's right, the Steel
yeah,
Curtain.
but I got the defense. I got their defense, and I've got Russell Wilson to throw
as a quarterback.
Yeah, as my QB. Yeah, he's gonna put up plus 200.
That's a game to watch. So can we put a star beside that? That is a good game to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a star beside that one.
That's a good game to watch.
Put a star
beside
game
that 1
number
o'clock
4.
game. So when I'm switching channels between the Saints and the Panthers, I will flip it back and forth.
Yeah.
On that one.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Who else we got at 1 o'clock?
Colts
and Texans, I think.
Yeah, we got the Colts and the Texans.
I'm going Texans all day, baby. Stroud season.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what you got?
I do have the. I'm not switching. I do have
the Colts.
No, I have the Texans.
Yeah, you gotta have the Texans.
But I don't have a quarterback for this game.
CJ.
I got a receiver. My man Tank Dell, he's gonna come back. Tank Dell, I'm gonna tell you what the games that I saw Tank Dell, his performance before he got injured, before he broke his leg. Was it? Yeah, I think it was like game number. Was it 10? Week 10? Week 11? I'm gonna tell you, up until he got injured, I was looking at Tank Dell like, wow, this is a threat. Like he was able to moved the chains in a major way, and he actually averaged, I believe, is around 19.6 yards.
That's a lot of
per
yards,
catch.
bro. That's
So
a lot of yards, bro.
with Tank Dell and that receiving core,
Yeah,
they're going to move the ball.
yeah, that's a lot of yards.
They're going to move the ball.
Yeah.
So I got Tank coming back this year from an injury, from a broken tib fib, and he's going to have plus 100 yards.
Ooh, you give him a hundo off the rip.
Off the rip.
Game 1.
Yes.
Statement game.
And I've also got that Texans defense.
Yeah, I got Texas defense and I got Texas QB.
Okay.
I think that just makes the most sense.
Okay. So what do you got about it?
I got Texas for the win.
Okay. We got Texas. We both have the Houston Texans for the
Did
win.
you forget Texas was a game out of the Super Bowl? And all they did was get better in the offseason?
Yeah, that's all they did was get better.
Come on, man. I got the Texans on
Game number 6, man.
Game 6, where we at? Wait a minute, what, you picked Texans to win?
Yeah, we both got Texans.
Right.
We both got the Texans. But I got Tank Dell.
And Tank and a receiver.
Mm-hmm. And I got the Texans defense.
Receiver and defense.
Yeah.
TD.
Yeah.
Birthday boy pick.
Yep. So we got Arizona and the Buffalo
I'm going Arizona
Bills.
Now here's the thing: Buffalo looked good at the end of last season.
Yes.
They looked good at the end of last season.
Yes.
They really did. Shout out to my man Kyle Murray though. Kyle Murray in our celebrity game for the Final Four out there in Arizona. He was the coach, and man, I met that guy, and I like a lot about this kid, man. When it comes to playing football, when it comes to even off the field, the stuff he does off the field, he's a great guy, great character, great QB. I got so I'm going with an emotional pick here. I'm going to pick him as my QB. It's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a 3-point game. I want to lean towards Buffalo just because they're in Buffalo, and again, Buffalo has been playing lights out, and I think that's going to carry over here. Carry over. So even though I got my QB as and that's just shouting out to my homie Kyle Murray, I got QB Cardinals, but I got the win to the Buffalo Bills.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna pick Buffalo as well.
For the win.
Yeah, for the win. I got Buffalo for the win.
Buffalo for the win for TD.
But I have my man Kyler Murray expressing himself in a major way.
Yeah. Big time.
And I'm not talking about just with his arm. I think he's gonna get more than 50 yards rushing.
Oh yeah, he's
gonna get more than 50 yards rushing. So I got Kyler Murray, and then I've got Arizona's defense. I got those stingy DBs in Arizona.
But you got Buffalo for the win.
Yes, I got Buffalo for the win.
Bills for the win.
It's gonna be a good one.
I got my QB getting down.
Are we confusing you guys yet?
Yeah, well, it's not for the people who are fantasy players and who are logged in at FanDuel and Draft Kings. Y'all know what we talk about.
Yeah, we are. It's a lot of people that's like,
nah, we just get into the money.
We
get into the money. You got to know that your money is in your quarterback. Your money is in some of these defensive teams, and you got to know that this point spread is if you tune into the Office Pool each and every Saturday morning, like and subscribe, you can get some good tips. You might make some money. You might make a little bit of change.
All right, let's go to the next game, man.
Next game, what we got?
Yeah. So we have got
4:00.
This is our last 1 p.m. game. We have Tennessee at Chicago.
Yeah.
At Chicago.
Chicago
the Bears.
Chicago looking good.
The Bears.
Chicago looking good. So
you like them?
I'm in Chicago next week. I get out there. Shout out to Celebrity Sweat. I'm out there in Chicago next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I like what the Chicago Bears did in the offseason. I like the run game that they're putting together. I definitely like their quarterback, who the Panthers had a shot at, but we passed up on that as well. We also sent DJ. Is it DJ Moore or is it BJ Moore?
I think it's DJ Moore.
I think it's DJ Moore. DJ Moore doing his thing right now. He's really getting down. So I'm definitely going to go with the running back, DJ Moore from Chicago Bears. I'm actually going with Chicago Bears for the win. And I'm going to go QB Love also with Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
All right, let's go Chicago.
Yeah.
Shout out Chicago. What's up, Josh? What up, Jake?
Okay. All right. I tell you what. I'm going to take Tennessee across the board.
Oh, my gosh.
I got Tennessee, and I've got their defense. But my
Titans?
Yes.
Titans,
I've got the Titans,
Titans
to win this game.
And then what else?
I've got their defense. And I've got my man D-Hop. Now, if you don't know me, I know receivers. I love talking about receivers. You know, I used to be one long time ago.
Long time ago.
But my man D-Hop Not just because that's him and Martavis are good friends, and I got a chance to see them personally. How their friendship is, but I got D-Hop, and he's going to have 100+ yards receiving. Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm going Bears, bro. I'm going running back. I already told you. I got DJ Moore, and I got my quarterback getting down.
All right. Okay.
In Chicago. Mind you, in Chicago.
Okay. So our first 4 p.m. game is going to be in MIA.
Yes, it is.
That's a Florida game. You got the Jaguars and the Dolphins.
Actually, I got them at 1:00 too, man.
You got them at 1:00. I got them at 4.
I got them on CBS at 1:00.
I got them at All right. I wrote it down wrong. So we got Jacksonville at Miami.
Yep, and I'm going Miami
at 1:00.
I'm going Miami.
Okay.
I'm going Miami.
MIA.
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome to Miami.
I got Miami across the board too, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Same reason I got him. That's why.
I like Tua Tagovailoa.
Yep.
Roll Tide.
You went with Miami, right?
And I got him throwing for more than 200 yards in the air because he has all of those weapons.
Like you're reading off of my sheet at this point.
Okay, stop. This was already made before you got here.
Okay. I'm looking at my QB.
I think you're copying off of me because you're steady writing over here.
Writing down what you said about your
Anyway, I got Miami.
Okay.
I got Tua.
Right.
He's going to throw for over 200 yards.
Easily. Yep.
Easily. And I've got the Miami defense who played very well during the preseason. I saw some things against the Commanders when I got a chance while Martavis was in Washington when they had the preseason game in Miami. So I'm gonna take the Miami defense as well.
Okay. Miami run game is there.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the run game and I'm going with the QB of Miami. That's good. That's one game that we both chose together, so that might balance out right there.
Okay. Well, we've got some stuff to separate us now.
That's like the first one that we both chose.
Yeah. So
no, we both chose Pittsburgh.
So let's go game number 9.
Number 9.
And that's going to be our first 4 o'clock game.
There you go.
Right?
Finally made it to 4 o'clock.
Finally made it to 4 o'clock. It's Denver and Seattle.
Yep.
All right.
Denver.
I can't say enough about Geno Smith, man. But I'm gonna let you go first because you already know where I'm going.
I already know. Well, here's my thing. I like Seattle for this one.
Okay.
I like Seattle for this one.
Is that 3 in a row?
Well, I just like Seattle for this one for the simple fact that Denver is doing what folks like to call the rebuild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're using that whole rebuild situation. So as they're rebuilding, I'm going to not be betting on them. Okay. I won't be putting my money in that rebuild situation at all. Okay. Shout out to FanDuel and Draft Kings. Won't be betting on Denver Broncos no time soon.
So that's you going Seattle across the board.
Seattle across the board for me.
All right. Are you going a quarterback, running back, or receiver?
Defense all day. Their defense have always they're one of those. I mean, you made reference to Mike Tomlin and his characteristics when it comes to defense. Seattle, no matter what, has always put a lot of emphasis and core values to their defense.
Okay.
Right? So I'm definitely gonna go with Seattle defense on that one, and then I think I'm gonna go with their getting the ball on the ground. I think it's gonna be a ground and pound situation. So I'm gonna go with the running back and the defense on that one. I don't know their new running back, but it don't matter. Denver ain't stopping them.
Oh,
hello.
Okay. All right. So we both got Seattle. So you got the running back, quarterback, or receiver.
I went running back and defense.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to pick Seattle across the board, and I'm going with my man Geno Smith to throw more than 200 yards. He's got more than 200 in the air, and I've got the Seattle defense.
Right.
Our next 4 o'clock game. The Raiders. Yes. The Raiders and the Chargers.
Yeah, Raiders and the Chargers. Raiders and the Chargers is a classic game. For those who don't know, when the Raiders and the Chargers play, it gets very intense. I mean, people's car windows get broken in the parking lot. It goes down when those two play each other in either one of those cities. Okay? So, Raiders, Chargers. I really like the Raiders. I really, really like them. But the Chargers got this new kid. Man, if I could say his name. The young receiver. Oh, I can't think of his name right now. I should have put him in my notes.
You should have put that in your notes. It's going to be on the screen, everybody, for you to see.
This new kid, I remember me and my girls was watching him, and I remember he scored his very first touchdown. And when I saw him score his very first touchdown last season, I was like, this dude's going to be a problem.
Oh, you talking about Puka Nacua?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua. I'm a fan, bro. And for real, and I like when we saw it, literally, we were watching it, and he's going, and he's like, he didn't want to not get the way he pushed for his very first touchdown.
Yeah, he showed out last year.
Let me further know that he was going to be that guy. And then he came back the next year and just ran it up. He ran it up in receiving. His routes run. I mean, he's going to be, that kid is someone to watch. That alone puts me on the Chargers radar for that win. And they're at home against the Raiders.
So you're going Chargers across the board?
Well, I'm going Chargers. I got to go with the Raiders.
Defense.
I got to go with the Raiders defense.
Okay.
There.
All right. And you got.
And I got the receiver of the Seattle. That guy.
Oh, you talking about?
Man, that's my bad, bro. I will learn it. I just didn't want to butcher it. So I'm gonna call you Master P. For now, I'm gonna come up with a better nickname for the rest of the season because I'm putting my money on you, big dog.
All right, so you've got
the Chargers.
You've got the Chargers.
I got the Chargers for the win.
Okay.
I got the receiver, my guy. Right. I got him. Boom. And I got him getting. I mean, he might. Will he get 200 though? He gonna definitely
he'll
get over
100. He'll get a yard. He'll get
a hundo easily.
Okay.
And then I got the Raiders on the defense because they're gonna do their best to stop.
Well, I've got the Raiders.
Okay, a split.
Of course, I'm going to Raiders across the board, and the reason why is I'm picking a quarterback, and that quarterback is Gardner Minshew, and Minshew Mania is going to be in the building.
On an away game.
Yes.
In San Diego.
Gardner Minshew. Plus 200 yards.
Okay.
In the air.
Okay, plus 200. I ain't even gonna make it.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that down because you said.
I'm gonna keep that short.
Plus 200.
I got the Raiders. The Raiders. Across the board.
And
defense? Gardner Minshew. Yeah. And the defense.
I bet.
Plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I got that. So the next game.
I can already see that's going down.
The next game.
Dub for me.
The next game
is the Cowboys.
Is them boys.
The Cowboys and the Browns.
The boys in Cleveland.
I'm gonna go and write Cowboys down for you.
Yeah, you do that, but tell me who you got.
Oh, I got the Browns.
Oh, you got Cleveland?
I got Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna put W.
Wow. I'm circling this game right now.
That's a game to watch.
Right now, and I will be texting you the whole time. Game number 11. 4:25 p.m. in Cleveland. I'm circling that, buddy.
Yeah, I got the Browns. Man.
Okay. All right. So tell me why you got the Browns.
First of all, the Browns are different. Okay, and you saw that last season. Last season, the Browns came out and they were not the Browns of old. And I don't know how you ignore that. I get it. You're a Cowboy fan and your Cowboy hat and jersey. But if you're talking about putting money on the line, sometimes you gotta remove your feelings and look at the facts. The Browns is gonna give y'all some work. The Browns gonna give y'all some work. What? The Browns gonna give y'all?
Get out of here! Get out of here, dude. Okay.
The Browns gonna give y'all the work.
So you got
if in fact y'all get Elliott signed and that deal done by this weekend and he plays.
Elliott's done. His deal is done. What you talking about? You talking about Dak?
Dak. If y'all get that deal done, then I can see him coming in and showing out just on some rock star shit.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? Just to be a rock star, I can see him coming in and doing some magic. But winning that game with not even knowing who your starting quarterback is going to be this weekend, not happening. I got the Browns. I got the Browns.
I know who the starting quarterback is going to be. It's going to be Dak Prescott. This guy right here, right, number 4, right here.
Prescott.
Right
all right, well,
it's going to be that guy right there.
You heard it first on the Office Pool.
Look,
Dak Prescott is now signing.
With
between now and Sunday, ain't gonna play on Sunday.
Well, first of all, his contract is not up until next year, so we're talking about extension.
Still, but that energy, you know that energy.
So he's QB number 1. He's not holding out. He's practicing. He's that guy. You know, he's gonna let his play. You know, sign his check. All right, so I got the Cowboys, and I'm not gonna pick Dak. I'm not going to pick a QB. I'm not going to pick CeeDee Lamb. My guy for the Cowboys this week is going to be 21. That's this number reverse. 21. Ezekiel Elliott, baby, because he's back in the building. I see Zeke getting plus 100 yards.
I agree with you there.
All right. You got You got me on that? Okay.
I want you to do something for me. Running back, and what else you got?
And then I got the Dallas Doomsday Defense.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Dun, 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 dun. Can I use that song?
Maybe. We'll have to get with the lawyers.
We'll get with the lawyers on that one and see if we can get with Lucas Films. Anyway, I've got the Cowboys. Lot's got Cleveland Browns. Golly. So that's going to bring us into our game of the week. Nope.
Not yet.
Nope, not yet. Because we have one more, and that's going to be the game that we were talking about earlier, Tampa Bay and the Washington Commanders in Tampa Bay.
Commanders in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, so that's going to be at 425 as well. That's our last 425 game.
And since they didn't pick up Martavis, I got them losing that. If they would have kept Tay, I would lean a little bit more towards the Commanders.
Okay.
In this case, I'm going to go Tampa Bay by probably by like a smooth 9.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Tampa Bay by 9.
Okay.
Because of the defense.
Okay, so you're going with Tampa Bay and their defense.
And their defense with the turnovers, because they don't. I mean, the Commanders don't have a receiver anymore. They let the best one go. So I'm also looking at Tampa Bay. I don't know what Washington can bring to the table, man. So I think I'm going Tampa Bay across the board. Tampa Bay defense and Tampa Bay run game.
All right, you know how I feel about the rookie quarterback at Washington. Daniels is a really, really good kid, and he's going to be my player for this week.
Okay, player of the week. Ooh.
Yeah, he's going to be my player for this week. And not only is he going to get 200 yards passing, he's going to get more than 50 yards on the ground using his legs.
I made a note about player of the week since that's the first time you mentioned that on season 2, episode 1. We got a player of the week now.
Yeah, he's going to be my player for this week for the Commanders. But I have Tampa Bay. I have Tampa Bay coming out on this one.
On the win, on the dub.
On the dub, and I see Tampa Bay making some good stops because he's a rookie and they're going to make him make some mistakes. Okay, so it's going to be some turnovers. So I got Tampa Bay's defense on that one, but. I think the kid is going to do well. Shouts out to QB1.
QB. So you got the QB for for Washington.
Yes.
But you have Tampa for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's easy.
And Tampa Bay's defense.
And player of the week is the quarterback.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
Okay, then.
Yep.
So now that takes us to 8 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh wow.
Oh wow!
So let's get into this primetime game, man. Number 13.
Yes.
8:20
on the schedule. 8:20 p.m. They got the Rams going to Detroit on NBC. 8:20 p.m. NBC. Looking at my notes here, and
Rams and the Lions.
Rams Lions. I got the Lion eating up the Ram.
Okay, because we in Motown. We in Motown.
And Detroit swag. I mean, you saw how Detroit did it just for their playoff game. You saw how they halftime show.
Yeah.
Detroit's energy right now.
Yeah.
If there's a city that has been re-energized through football, by golly, it is Detroit Lions.
Yes.
You would think that these guys are really going to the Super Bowl. The town of, they just dropped the Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Detroit is back. Big Sean is back. Like, Detroit is really coming back with the vengeance. And then when it comes to sports and it comes to those Lions, they have re-energized and put a resurgence underneath their team and their city. I don't see the Rams coming into Detroit leaving alive.
Okay, well, the over on this one is 40 points. So what you got?
What?
40 points.
No way.
40 points.
Detroit.
40 points.
So here's the deal. Detroit's going to win this game, hands down. It's going to be a slaughter fest. As a matter of fact, it ain't going to be a slaughter fest. I retract that. It's going to be a very good game with Detroit running away with it at the end. That's how I see it.
Okay.
I see a ground and pound. I see some fireworks for sure. Game 1, Detroit, Monday Night Football, the very first Monday Night Football of the season, correct?
Very first Monday night. No, this is the very first Sunday night game.
I'm so excited. I got my Mondays, my Sundays, my
Lockhart came in here with all the games. I said, we only got 13. We only do 13.
He had
every game. You had the Friday night game, the Thursday night game.
The Thursday night game. So we got Thursday, Friday, no Saturday, college on Saturday. and we got a Sunday and a Monday.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, and they all on different stations. So I just get FanDuel and DraftKings and follow along there and watch the Office Pool every Saturday.
So what's your score?
My score, Detroit over the Rams. I probably got Rams just winning by 2 touchdowns, man. You know what I mean?
You got the Rams winning by 2?
Excuse me. There I go. I'm so excited. I got the
Somebody get this guy a drink, please.
I got the Rams losing.
Actually, no more drinks.
I got the Rams losing by 2 touchdowns. Detroit with the win. If I had to pick a score, I would probably pick like a 24-10. I got a
24-10?
I got a 24-10 Detroit.
Okay, so you got the under.
Yeah, I got the 24-10 Detroit. I don't think 40 points is going to be on the board.
I think so.
And it might.
I think so.
I think Rams do have some electricity. The Rams do like to throw. They like to get the ball out there. They like to do, they like to do an aerial attack. At least they used to. I got 24-10 Detroit.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go Detroit across the board. And my man, hats off. Have you seen the show Receivers on Netflix?
Yes. So
my man Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to show out. I got him.
So I did get to see that on Netflix. I didn't watch enough of it. I need to go back and resume play.
Yeah.
But that's all enough to know that
he got paid.
That. Yeah.
He got paid.
Buddy.
They paid that man. So I got the over on this one, and I got the score at 24-21 Detroit.
Okay, 24-21 Detroit. Yeah, that's definitely over. You over by 5 points.
Yeah.
You only got to be over by 1, though.
Yeah.
To get that
you
money.
only got to be over by 1.
All
right. So that's it for all of our Sunday games. And next is our fantasy picks. Who's our fantasy players? Who are our picks? This week I'm going to do Draft Kings and FanDuel.
You can do that. It's legal.
It's definitely legal. We're in North Carolina.
You can get
wherever your state is, if it's legal, you can go. You can use both platforms.
That's right.
For both my FanDuel pick and my DraftKings pick, I did not change my quarterback this week. Of course, Dak Prescott.
I knew it.
My first running back is Ezekiel Elliott. My second running back.
This guy.
Get off me, man!
The whole Cowboy fantasy.
Yes, my fantasy team. All right, then my second running back, I've got B. Robinson Jr. with the Washington Commanders because he definitely showed that he could put some fantasy points on the board.
That's a sleeper. Right?
Yeah, and my first wide receiver, we forgot to talk about Stephon Diggs, his move to Houston.
Yeah, we didn't.
Wow.
I
got Stephon Diggs as my first receiver. My third receiver is D-Hop. Now, he's questionable, so pick with caution.
I mean, that's still a good pick, though.
He's questionable. He might not play, but then again, when they say questionable, I pick him anyway because sometimes I don't pick him because they say questionable. And he ended up scoring like 20, 30 points.
Because it's chess, not checker. So sometimes you want to put who's out there playing. But questionable, and you get the check, that means they playing.
Yeah. So I got Terry McLaurin.
That's a good pick also. Wow.
With the Commanders. My tight end is Cowboys. I got Ferguson.
Christ.
That's my tight end.
Rule number 1.
Ferguson is my tight end. Leave me alone, dude.
Don't pick all your players from one team.
And my flex, I think I went with Noah Brown.
Yeah.
I want to see how he does and how he works with Jaden Daniels.
Who's the defense for you?
Cowboys.
Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to this.
This is my fantasy picks of the weeks. If you want to play against us on FanDuel, you can see us. We are the Office Pool 83, thanks to 83 Sports, our major sponsor.
Yep.
That's our name on FanDuel. And if you want to play against me on DraftKings, it's Theron Davis TD1. Look me up. I'm not hard to find, like Coach Prime says.
Hello.
I ain't hard to find.
And I know you don't want no smoke. You can always find me on all social media platforms. You can find me on DraftKings, Lockhart ENT. I'm putting up.
So you gonna be on Lockhart? Lockhart ENT is on DraftKings this week.
Hello.
So I didn't hear any of your picks
because
you're not telling anybody.
Go on.
Wow.
1, I need you guys to log on and subscribe. 2, I need you to challenge me and my man TD live on FanDuel and DraftKings. But you can find them, like I said.
That's right. The Office Pool 83 on FanDuel and Theron Davis TD1 on DraftKings. And of course, Lockhart ENT.
Easy
on both.
Easy work. And I'm not picking all Panthers. And I'm not picking all Cowboys. I'm going to strategically
Leave me
pick
alone. Get out of here.
my QBs, my
Get outta
defense
here.
accordingly, right?
Get out of here.
And so if you want to get in, get those votes in, and join us each and every week, like and subscribe here at the office.
Yes, like and subscribe.
Baby.
Man, again, bro, another successful show.
Yeah, man.
Season 2,
we
episode
got,
1 is
we
in
got
the books.
So much in store for y'all. You
Oh my
thought
God.
Season 1 was something with us going to Vegas and traveling and doing our thing. Wait till you see what we
Shouts
have in
out to
store.
all of our sponsors.
That's right.
Thank you for the owners of Prime.
That's right.
For letting us use this beautiful location.
That's right. Live on location. All the vibe.
Oh man, it's gonna be crazy.
All the vibe.
It's gonna be crazy. Oh, and we forgot about Stoners. Ladies and gentlemen.
Stoners Vintage Jeans in the building.
Yeah, Stoners Vintage Jeans. Bro, it's gonna be
Jakib
great.
Media.
Jakib Media. We're now on Jakib Media. So on your Jakib Media platform, just look up The Office Pool.
That's
we
right.
will be there for the entire 2024 NFL season.
That's right. And we will lead the way for Jakib Media. Just stay tuned to The Office Pool. It's your boy.
I'm T. Davis.
I caught it in T, baby.
Birthday boys in the building saying good evening, good afternoon, good night.
All of that.
Love you guys. See you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead, sir. Oh, wow. Quit playing.
These are dry aged steaks. They cut in-house. We season them for a little while, and then we'll bring them out so you can see what kind of cut you're going to get. And then after that, I'll bring them back out to you in a completely different plate. Beautiful plate.
Alex. Look at that, bro. And this is the
This is the Brock.
That's
this is the I'm sorry, the Brussels.
MC, you did your thing, bro.
Oh man, we did our thing,
bro.
It's a we, not me.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro.
It is beautiful. I might pull up a chair.
Please, yeah. Apparently, look, we might have to hire a couple people. This is like way more than a sample.
Your number one choice for Vibe Dining is now located at 223 South Elm Street, Prime, where they've turned fine dining into Vibe Dining.